It's Friday night, Atlanta. Time to rise up with Kelly Price and Harry Douglas. Presented by AT&T.
What's up, ATL? Welcome in to Rise Up Tonight. I'm Kelly Price here with my man, Harry Douglas. Harry, what's up?
Hey, Kelly. Each week, I feel like the show is getting better and better. So like the big timers would say, let's get our roll on, Kelly.
I couldn't agree more. We have got a great show for y'all tonight. Desi Banks stopping by later on. And Harry, believe it or not, we have some very exciting news to talk about with Falcons fans tonight. Earlier this week, the team announced it will be welcoming fans back into the Benz, beginning with the October 11th home game against the Panthers.
Kelly, give me a F, give me a A, give me a N, give me a S. What does that spell? Fans. Kelly, it's no secret. The game of football is so much better where fans are in the stands. So I cannot wait for October 11th to come around, for these fans to be in the stands screaming loud, hassling the opponent, and cheering for their Atlanta Falcons. I just can't wait for it.
Absolutely a great sight to see. It's going to be at a limited capacity for Falcons fans and Five Stripes supporters in the Benz, and this Sunday to test the stadium operations and protocols before welcoming all those fans back. They're going to have about 500 friends and family in-house to watch as the Falcons host the Bears.
And there's no better way to test it than with the people who have supported the players since day one. People who have sacrificed so much for these players to be great. And they always say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, Kelly, I think it's time to open up the football gates for the village.
And I'm sure they're going to be so excited to see their loved ones playing after a couple weeks of not being able to do that. Speaking of going to games, rookie Falcons corner AJ Terrell has been spotted at his high school alma mater, Westlake High School, on Friday nights to see his little brother Avion Terrell ball out. Check out this video. Avion is also a cornerback, and the sophomore already has some big offers from his big brother school, Clemson, my Florida Gators, LSU, and some other big-time programs. But Harry, as a guy who also played for his hometown NFL team, how cool is it that AJ can just go watch his little brother on Friday nights?
Kelly, it's amazing. I'll tell you this, being drafted in your hometown, first, a lot of people may think it's a problem. I look at it as being a blessing on top of blessings. You can go home and get a home-cooked meal whenever you want to. You can go back and watch your little brother's games, as we see AJ Terrell is doing right now with his brother. I used to go back and watch my nephew play, and not to mention, your family can come and watch you play. Now, I say this, me and my brother are best friends, and he played in the NFL, the NBA for numerous of years, so every chance I got to go and watch him play, it was great. So AJ and his brother might be inseparable, and just that much of their bond is going to be greater because of this facts here.
Yeah, now his little brother can even come watch him at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on Sundays. Next up, we take a look at the guys styling and profiling on the road in Dallas. And Tack McKinley brought the heat to Jerry World. Not only did this crop top season Falcons Instagram post make me laugh out loud, but Tack went all in with the Texas theme, as you will see. And I can appreciate a good outfit when I see one, Harry. Check out the big hat, the embroidered shirt, the belt buckle, jeans, boots, every detail, every box checked, and somehow it pairs nicely with the Louis Vuitton bag, Harry.
Hey, what can I say? The big guy has range. Kelly, these big guys need love too. That's when I love when they showcase their talents when it comes to dressing. I love it.
I notice you've got your boots behind you there in your setup. I don't have a nice shelf like you behind me, but I did bring my trusty boots to match you today. These babies have been through a lot of nights out, but I know you've got some honky-tonk tendencies yourself, Harry.
Well, Kelly, since you're speaking on honky-tonk, I'll let you, ladies and gentlemen, know the first place I went when I moved to Nashville, Tennessee was Honky Tonk Central. And boy, did it change my life, Kelly. Now I go to rodeos, now I go hunting, now I go fishing, and Kelly, I even sing country music. Tell me something, girl. Are you in this modern world? That's all y'all need. That's all y'all need. No more, Kelly, no more.
Wow, we got some stars born up in here. Well, Harry might be hitting up a karaoke app to belt some more hits. This week, we asked the guys, what's the most used app on their phones?
Probably say Instagram. Like check out what's going on with people out there. That's probably my social media vice, would be Instagram more than Twitter.
Twitter. Probably Twitter.
Probably like Instagram or something, like Instagram, and then, checking your email or text messages. But Probably just because it's so easy just to, scroll and stuff like that, see what's going on.
I'm not surprised that Instagram is the popular one here, Harry, but what's the most used app on your phone?
I think for me, Kelly, I like to dive in and watch a lot of film. I love to break things down. So it's the NFL Game Pass and also an app I have on my phone and my iPad to watch a lot of college football film. That's my life these days, Kelly, and I love every bit of it.
You don't have Spotify or something to listen to some more country jams?
Hey, one thing I love is some country jams. I love music, period. But I'm more on watching film. I actually listen to music while I'm watching film, though.
What is your go-to karaoke song?
Ooh.
I threw that one on you.
I don't even know, Kelly. Anything that's on there, it doesn't matter.
Hey, you're pretty good at Star is Born, so we can go with that. All right, well, we told you during week 1 that Kenan Thompson may be the funniest Falcon fan on the planet, but this week's guest is going to give him a run for his money. Desi Banks joins us in the nest later on.
And as November nears, the Falcons continue to rise up and vote initiative. More on that coming up next.
Rise Up Tonight is brought to you by Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. Home Depot, where doers get more done. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. Truist, BB&T and SunTrust are now Truist. And by AT&T. Welcome back to Rise Up Tonight, presented by AT&T.
A few weeks ago, we told you about the Rise Up and Vote initiative championed by the Falcons. This week, their Players' Social Justice Committee took it a step further, issuing a challenge to fellow NFL teams and others. Here's more on that as we rise up for Atlanta, brought to you by Truist.
It all started with a tweet.
We, the Falcons, are committing to getting as many people registered to vote this year. We challenge you, the Cowboys, to do the same.
Pass the vote.
And it didn't take long before the Cowboys passed it along to the Seahawks, who passed it on to the Rams, as the Falcons' initial goal spread coast to coast across different fan bases and even further to nationally televised Fox NFL Kickoff.
Love to the Atlanta Falcons. I love exactly what they're doing with their initiatives, letting their actions speak louder than words.
The Falcons Pass the Vote Challenge looks to encourage voter registration and activation for voters who are already registered, a challenge just like others that have circulated on the internet to raise funds or awareness for years now.
Chris Lindstrom came up with the idea of trying to get something like the Ice Bucket Challenge going for a voting initiative. Our most powerful thing as citizens of our country to affect change is to get out there and vote. And so the awareness that we can bring to it is, I think, a really good thing. And I think it was a great idea by Chris and other guys on the committee to try and bring awareness this way.
Harry, I'm here for this challenge from the Falcons, and while they chose to nominate some guy, Tony Gonzalez, instead of me, I'm going to pass the vote anyways, and I challenge you.
Thank you, Kelly. I gladly accept. Now, I'm going to pass the vote to all of my friends because I think it's that important. So here you go, guys.
There you go. Someone's going to catch it, right? Moving on to the high school world, Ken Rodriguez joins us now with our High Five Spotlight featuring our Team of the Week, Osborne High School.
Tonight, we're shining a spotlight on Osborne High School, Cobb County's oldest high school. And last week, the Cardinals did something they haven't done since 2016. They actually won a football game. Their win over Forest Park ended a 31-game losing streak and gave head coach Russ Isham his first victory at the school.
They know the W is the ultimate stamp to say that, hey, that we've made the corner, we've turned the corner in light of all the hardships that we incur here at Osborne, and but we're fighting through those, and I think the future's bright.
That's great, Coach. I tell you, as a Cobb County resident, Osborne's big win made me so happy I could dance. So I've asked Cardinals defensive back Mubin Henderson to join me now for a little old school versus new school dance-off.
Money, huddle, gotta, cutter, lot of orders, dollars, quarters. Oh, baby, everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody got you more pretty. Hunter, cook up, hey, my crew, hey, surf up.
It's not unusual you want to be loved by anyone.
Papa, smurf, lot of dirt, I could call up.
right, K-Rod, that was a little something. That was in my face. You can hang. All right, I'm sitting back. You came in here.
Some great moves there. Coming up, Dave Archer's got his keys to the game against the Bears on Sunday.
Plus, we go in the nest with Eastside's own Desi Banks.
Welcome back to Rise Up Tonight, presented by AT&T. Now it's time to head into the nest with Kelly, Harry, and tonight's Falcons influencer. Brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
We are in the nest now with none other than Desi Banks. You tweeted on Sunday not to ask about the Falcons, but here we are asking you about the Falcons. We know where this team is at, at 0-2, but how do you see them kind of turning it around in the weeks to come?
I would just say right there, man, we just got to finish strong, man. That second half is a real deal thing with us. I don't want to go back when we had that. I say we like first half Super Bowl champs. I know it don't sound good, but I just feel like, man, we just gotta finish strong. If we just finish strong, cause we got it. We just gotta finish. Cause I be about to cry, my temperature rise, and I be needing my tea and stuff, and it just be bad. It be real bad.
Desi, ATL stand up. What's good, my brother?
Yes, sir, man.
Where did your love for the Falcons come from?
Man, I was born in that. Born in it, man.
Born in it, sworn in it.
Fan into. When from Vic to Jamal Anderson, even when Brett Favre was a Falcon, that a lot of people may not know, So I've been a Dirty Bird, man, for a long time. I born 1993, May 9th, 1993, Atlanta, Georgia, man. So that's all I know. That's all I know. And every year, I don't care what nobody say, we're going to the Super Bowl. Even when we don't, we still going.
You mentioned Michael Vick. Who are some of your favorite Falcons players as you were growing up, and maybe some of your favorite memories growing up with this team?
I think Vic might be the biggest impact that, that stuck with me, being a Falcons fan. He felt like, so I was able to meet him last year at the Pro Bowl. But he was one of the ones that I actually watched and really was inspired, because I played ball as well.
Take us back to your playing days, playing at Cedar Grove High School as well as Georgia State.
Most definitely. My senior year, I caught for, I say about 1,100 yards, scored 12 touchdowns. I did 2 years at Moorhead, which was in the OVC conference. Then I ended up transferring to Georgia State. And that's when they just had joined the Sun Belt Conference. And, I had the dreams of going to a pro, but, things happen, man. But, God had other plans for me.
Give me some of your funniest memories playing football. Because I was the jokester on my team. I always kept the locker room live and had guys laughing, crying.
What's the we may doing planks. You know what I'm saying? And we, people over there, they doing a plank, but I'm over there just talking you know what I'm saying? They mad. I like, man, come on. And then, the coach, they done did it for a minute straight. You know what I'm saying? The coach finally turned around to me, and I ain't been doing it at all, but I finally do it the last 10 seconds. They used to hate that. They used to hate it a lot. Even with the coaches, man.
When you imitate the coaches, that's what makes me laugh the most because it's so real. It's so real when you do it.
Most definitely, man. And that who I'm acting like is my coach, my high school football coach. That's Coach Ray Bonner, man.
Since we were talking about your videos, when did you start recording these videos? And when you started realizing that you're becoming an influencer, not just to the city of Atlanta, but to the world, because you have over 5 million followers on IG.
For sure. It's crazy because I started doing social media comedy back in 2012, and that's when this app called Vine. I don't know if y'all familiar with Vine. It was
Vine.
I don't know if we familiar with it.
Okay, I didn't know.
Vine.
Okay, cool.
Don't play us like that now.
So yeah, that's when it started for me, man. Vine was that thing that started it off, man. I didn't really start taking it serious until I felt like football didn't work out for me. So that's when I started taking my acting class. I got into acting classes and creating content, and I was able to book my first feature film called Love by Chance. Man, a movie that took me international. Then that's when everything clicked to me, bro. It was okay, because I was working at Smoothie King at the time. So throughout that time, I was sitting in Africa. I was over there for 11, 12 days. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, I'm like, man, you know what, bro? There's no way that I'm about to go back to making smoothies. And I'm sitting over here in Africa, for a major movie that's international. I'm like, get that job. I'm about to take this acting and comedy seriously. I don't know where it's gonna take me. You know what I'm saying? And when I did that, stayed consistent, kept working, it's like, man, I just built more confidence with myself.
Desi, what do you have going on right now as far as current projects, and has the pandemic and kind of everything going on changed what you're able to do right now?
I would say, the pandemic changed a lot. It kind of like slowed some of my shows down, but it's kind of like picking back up right now. I'm shooting my episodes for my web series that's actually on YouTube. I've been doing a lot of video shoots. I just did a video with Little Baby, the City Girls, doing what I do and watching these Atlanta Falcons, not be sad, but, be sad, stuff. But we're going to be okay, though. But, yeah, I just been, staying active, keeping it moving.
For sure, man. Well, we'll have this full interview for you guys online to go check it out at fox5atlanta.com. Desi, thank you so much for the time, for the awesome stories.
I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Go Falcons, rise up, all that good stuff, please, because we need it, Lord.
When we come back on Rise Up Tonight, presented by AT&T, get out that number 2 pencil because Harry's teaching us a little something in the film room. Rise Up Tonight has been brought to you by AT&T.
Calvin Ridley leads the NFL with 4 touchdowns in 2 weeks, and the guy has been putting on absolute clinics route running in Coach Harry's film room this week. Harry breaks down what makes Calvin so effective.
In tonight's film room, we're going to focus on a guy who has really hit the ground running. Wide receiver Calvin Ridley. We're going to focus on his precise route running and why he's so good. This play I'm about to show you is one of the best examples of what I'm talking about. Now look at his speed coming off the ball. He's already putting fear in the corner, giving the impression that he's going across the field, and we call that selling the route. Then suddenly, he sinks his hips, his chin is over his toes, and he's getting out of his breaks clean and sharp before the DB does. And look at the finish. That's a thing of beauty. The speed, the quickness, the violent cuts, the precision, strong hands, and swivel hips of Calvin Ridley is why he's so dangerous. That's why it's no surprise Calvin Ridley is leading the NFL in receiving touchdowns and tied for first in receiving yards.
Looking ahead to Sunday, Chicago brings in a tough defense. Dave Archer joins us now to break down that matchup and his keys to the game.
Boy, that result in Dallas was a tough one to swallow, no question about it. But hey, you can't worry about that. Here come the Chicago Bears into Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and they're 2-0 coming in and feeling really good about themselves. Let's take a look at some of the keys to the game. When you look at the Falcon offense versus this Bear defense, and I really think that's the game within the game, it's the Bear pass rush. Robert Quinn, Khalil Mack coming off the edge, Akeem Hicks to the inside. They have 5 sacks on the year. They've taken the ball away 3 times, and they're limiting teams to just 31% on third down, just 9 of 29 on third down, where the Giants and the Lions combined, doing an outstanding job in that area. Atlanta's been great in that area. Almost 50% conversion on third down and only 2 sacks allowed. There's the game within the game, maybe, with that defensive front and the Falcon passing game. Let's look at the other side of the ball. The Bears have 2 outstanding running backs. You got the second-year guy out of Iowa State in David Montgomery, and Tariq Cohen, who hurt Atlanta back in 2018 with almost 100 yards of total offense. Those are the 2 featured guys. They want to run both of them. They want to throw it to both of them. And they've combined for almost 280 yards of offense, 140 yards per game. So look for those 2 guys to be a focal point of what Trubisky wants to do. Take those options away. Hey, it's time to go get a W. Let's get in the win column right here in Atlanta in Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Thanks so much, Dave. We'll look forward to some of those matchups as the Falcons look for their first win of the season. And thank you guys so much for staying up late with us on Rise Up Tonight. Be sure to stay tuned to fox5atlanta.com for even more exclusive Atlanta Falcons content this week and throughout the season. And if you like some football talk with your morning cup of joe, tomorrow, join Justin Felder and DJ Shockley at 8:30 a.m. Saturday mornings all season long for Early Birds. Have a great night.